Yes.
All right, you're good.
Are we live?
We are now.
Because I thought we had a half hour left. Okay, everybody. Woo! It is noon, according to Christine. And that means I have to work this week. It's Festool Live time. By the way, happy Festool Friday, everybody. Let's introduce the room. Over here. Let's get this out of the way. We got Christine on the board. She's working the board. She's really not bored. Okay, behind the camera, we have Chris Seibert, the unit, AKA Mr. Vacation. Over here, we have, you know what, hang on a second. Let me get this right. I'm going to turn on this, okay, because my arms are already tired. Over here, we have Minnie.
Hi, everyone.
All right, let me turn up my power. Okay, get this thing warmed up. Woo! Okay, online this week, we have, can you hear me good? Okay, I know my compressor's going. Okay, we have Rick Bush. He's online answering all your questions. And he is the master of the EXO active skeleton. We call it EXO. Last week, episode 190, description below. Or the video is referenced below, correct, Chris?
Correct.
Because this is episode 191. Last week we did an overview. That's why I just put this on. And everybody in the room, Minnie, how easy did I put this on?
I'm sorry.
How easy did I put this on?
It's a piece of cake.
Okay, so yes, I practiced a lot before last week's episode, and this week I put it on a couple times, and it's effortless. Once you get it in your brain, the different steps I showed you last week, it's wicked easy to put on and off, okay? Just want to go there. So if you need another overview, episode 190. But this time comes about 8 months ago, I saw somebody working inside Festool. He was a subcontractor. He was doing some work for us. And I went, I cannot wait for the EXO Active to come out so when he's back in the building, I can show him this. He wasn't doing drywall. He was doing something else I'm going to show you today. In other words, last week, if you counted, I think I said it 5 times, the EXO Active skeleton is not just for the Plane X, which a lot of people thought. It's any time you're working over your head. And that reminds me, I turned it on, you heard the compressor, but I'm going to put the power up to full on this. Okay, and I'm going to use it, and here's the different range of motion. I'm going to use it full motion. Oh, geez, there it goes. Okay. We've been getting questions, or we've been getting calls daily, sometimes 3 or 4 times a day. Hey, can I use it for this? Hey, can I use it for that? Ooh, that's much easier, Chris. Okay. Yes, you can. And some of them are kind of comical, but then I thought about it when they were asking me, yes, you can use it. You can use it for anything you want. So many trades work where? Over their head. And if you remember last week, this takes basically 11 pounds off of each arm. So today, my job is, Minnie's laughing because she goes, Sedge, how many ladders you got in here? I thought this was working overhead. Okay, but I want you really to open up your brain and say, hey, you know what? I could use that. And I do that once a month, twice a month, and it takes me a long period of time because I got to rest what? My shoulders. I have to take a lot of breaks in doing it. And if you get an EXO Active and you quantify what you charge per hour and you do the cost analysis of it, you'll say, wow, I can be more productive. So I just want to put a few little seeds in your head when you're out on that job site next time to go and check, and you're doing something, pull out your phone, type in festoolusa.com and go to look up a dealer and then type in your zip code and you'll see your nearest EXO active dealer And there you can go and try it on, and you can work with it and feel it and actually purchase it right there. So I just wanted to make sure not all you understood this. I mentioned it last week. Not all our dealers are going to carry it. We have it because we have trained that personnel to show you how to fit it, like I did last year, like I did last week. Hey, it's another year already. What year is this, Minnie? All right, now, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to use the Planex. All right, and I'm really excited about this because I'm going to check, and I'm going to use this on the ceiling. So see how I automatically turn that on? It hit my pouch. All right. So when I'm using this, and this sounds funny, I have done a demonstration on Festool Live, I think, 5 times. I will continue to demonstrate the Planex. It's one of my favorite tools in the Festool system. But there's one thing that I stay away from. And when I did my basement, I have 9-foot ceilings, and this was in 2007, before I came to the US. Oh my God, it was exhausting. I finished the entire basement myself. Okay? Thank you, Minnie. You're very welcome. Minnie's been to my basement. So, every year, right, Minnie?
Yes, sir.
Yep. Christmas party. Okay, so what's funny about that, Minnie, you see how big that room is?
Yes.
And the bedroom down there and everywhere? I spent a long time getting used to the Planex, doing the walls, but when it came to the ceiling, guess what I had? I had the harness. It still fatigued my shoulders. I used to take multiple breaks. I think I lost 20 pounds just sanding those walls. But guess what? I fell in love with the Planex. The situation was with the ceilings, and boy, do I wish at that time I had this unit right here. I don't care what it would have cost me. I would have just gone and got one, because this will eliminate a lot of fatigue. And I could have done it instead of 2 weekends. I could have done it in 1 weekend. So when I turn on the Planex, then I got the 2.0 here. And one of the things do I have the light on here? Let me put that on. Okay, I'm gonna put it on high. All right, I got popcorn up here, and I'm gonna start it. Okay, remember this is random orbit. And I'm gonna take down that popcorn. And guess what? I can tell you right now, and I am not exaggerating, I could do this all day and not get fatigued. It is absolutely, I don't feel any, I don't feel any weight. Okay, so I want to coach you on this with the Planex, just so you know. I had full suction on that. I'm going to turn that down now, because guess what? That sucking to the wall or the ceiling eliminates a lot of weight. Not a lot, but a bit. But now it's effortless. I don't feel any weight with the Planex when I'm working overhead now, sanding the ceiling. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And you're gonna notice, I don't have the extension on here. Okay, I am sanding this down here. This is 8 foot high, just for a reference. And this exoskeleton makes it like there's nothing there. All right, so I just wanted to point that out. It's, I gotta be careful with this, because it's not a must, but if you're removing popcorn all the time, or you have to sand ceilings and you have a Planex, or wait a minute, maybe you don't have a Planex and you're still using a, this is so much fun. I'm gonna turn it off just really quick, or defeat it. It's still on, but I'm gonna defeat it. Say you're using a regular stick with a pole sand, right? Your shoulders get so daggone tired, you have to take break after break after break. Now, with that really lightweight pole sand, you could do the entire ceiling. You could do the entire house. You have no weight on that pole or that sandpaper on the pole in the pad. I just want to put that thought process in your head. Okay, the next thing I'm going to show you is this. All right, I got the DTS 400. I have it with the adapter, so the only thing I have to do is switch out the hose and the cord, okay, because the adapter goes from 36 to 27 on there. And I'm going to do drywall right now, okay? But think about somebody like a painter who's sanding out some trim or whatever, okay? And they're doing the whole house. I'm dropping stuff. I'm sorry, Chris. I'm gonna push this so I'm back on it. Okay. Oh, there we go. So I'm gonna come up here, and I'm getting into the corners. I'm doing drywall. This takes all the pressure off, so I can sand all day with this and cut my corners. Absolutely perfect, just like this. Okay, and come in here and finish it off and get right into the corner with the DTS 400. So, next application, sanding overhead. Think about if you have to do that all day long. It's a no-brainer. The EXO is a no-brainer for that. All right, back to it. I'm going to get this out of the way so we can go on to another application. Yeah, I'll use this little. Minnie was so nice to let me use this two-step. Thanks, Minnie. What if I have a screw gun and I'm doing it all day long overhead? I got our DWC here, and I'm putting in screws all day over my head or up here. There's no weight with this, okay? Zero weight. So think about if you've had to hang board. So I'll bring it over here. So I'm going to get this out of the way. See, Minnie, I told you I didn't have enough. I didn't have enough. So what if you hang and board all day, right? Let me get that in there like this. Okay? And you have to hang board, right? And it's over your head, right? And this could be two guys using this because you got two guys hanging board, right? Okay, just like this. Hopefully none of that falls on my head, but you could do this all day long. And it's a no-brainer. You can be more productive. Once again, it's just not for the Playnex. That's what I wanted everybody to understand last week. And you know what? I will go over some of the comical things that people have asked us. And okay, I'll tell you one. Somebody this was about 3 weeks ago, somebody called in and said, hey, can I use this on a firing range for my rifle to balance? Because the rifle's getting really heavy. And they asked me, and I went, I guess so. If they want to spend the money on it, it's theirs. They can use it for anything they want. So I don't know. Maybe they can. But here's the situation. It's over your head. Okay, you have that total freedom of movement. So this might be for an application we're not even thinking of. All right. Now last week I mentioned something, and I'm going to come over here so we can get in here. I got everything set up. Actually, Chris, I wasn't planning on hanging that board. That looks pretty good. You're going to have to mud that later, so okay. I wish we had a camera on Chris. I'd like to make him laugh. So last week I was talking about, you know, you got somebody up above and you got to schlep some stuff up there, and you're doing this all day long. You're waiting for them to come back. You could do material handling all day long, right? So there's some companies that are looking at this because they're in manufacturing, and they have people that are constantly doing this, moving stuff up, moving stuff up. It creates less fatigue. You know what else it does? It's prevention. There are so many people out there who have had rotator cuff surgeries. I know a guy right now in Massachusetts he's on his third rotator cuff because he works over his head a lot, and he's torn it 3 times. Okay, that's not a fun surgery. Think about the cost of that. Even if you have great health insurance, you still got to pay those deductibles. You could probably pay for this in that. All right. And you can work longer in the trades if you're really passionate about what you do. Okay, so I was messing around this week and I went, where have I been fatigued? And I'll never forget, I was hanging joists for a deck outside of somebody's house once, and I don't know what it was. I was on a ladder and I just remember holding up these joists. I'm gonna come up here so you can see this. All right, and the first part is I was hanging joist hangers, okay? And then, yeah, you guys know what a joist hanger is? You set it up like this and you put your board in here and you screw it in, okay? Think about what you're standing on at home. Underneath you, you have joists, okay? But I thought about this and I went, wow, I'll never forget, man, my shoulders were so fatigued because I was constantly doing this, holding these up, waiting for my buddy at the other end to set his joist in his hanger. Okay, and now we can do this all day long. Or think about if you're doing a pergola. Okay, any overhead work where you got to hold on to something as you anchor it in or fasten it in. This will speed up the production of that, but also it'll prevent an injury. Okay, so there you go. Hanging joists, rough carpentry. Something to think about. What am I doing next? I'm looking around, material handling, this. Okay, here's one for you. There's a few times I've been hanging crown, installing a kitchen, and I had to grab somebody to hold the other end. And boy, both of our shoulders were getting fatigued. Okay, so there's a quote somewhere on our website or something from a really good trim carpenter here in Indiana. He tested one of these for us last year, and he said, I can hang crown all day with this. So I want you to think about this, and any reason for me to go up a ladder, okay, but hanging crown, and I'm not talking little small pieces. I'm talking about pieces that you're gonna let me get up there a little bit, okay, that you're gonna hang, okay, and hold on to while you're setting it, okay? So whether it is interior trim or exterior trim, say you're doing a soffit, okay, or a rake board, exterior trim carpenters could really use this up high, not down low. All right, okay, next. This comes about, I just had somebody come and do a new roof on my house, and I was there and I was watching them, and those guys, oh my God, they work so daggone hard. But then they installed new gutters, and I was watching the gutter guys, and yes, I want to gut a piece of gutter, okay? And I'm going to tell you, these guys could have definitely used this. I almost came to work and grabbed my prototype or my pre-production model so they could use it and test it out. But they knocked that out pretty quick. But I go, how many of those you do a day? How many houses? They go 2 to 3. Boy, they could be more productive if they had this because they had to take rest. They even told me that their shoulders fatigue early. So I just wanted to point that out. Now, I'm up here now and I want to walk down the ladder. I just hit my defeat button and I can walk down with this. And it's that simple. This is too much fun. As I was up top, I have an impact driver, and I'll never forget doing those joists. And that was over my head, and I'm running that impact with the vibration down through my shoulder. I would be like this. Oh, it's killing me. So last year we were talking about the EXO Active, and everybody's going, yeah, it's for the Plane X. And it was a marketing meeting we had here, and I said, how many people have, you remember Christine? I go, how many people have installed a ceiling fan? And about 4 or 5 of us said, yeah. I go, so hang on a second. I'm going to come up here, make sure I have my shirt pulled down, because Chris gets some really wacky angles. And I'm going to come up here, and I want everybody at home to, I'm going to put my EXO, oh no, I'm not going to put it on. How many times have you been working on installing that ceiling fan or electrical work over, and you're like this, and you're going like this, and you go, oh no, and you gotta go like this and go, oh, my shoulders are killing me. It'd be nice if you had an exoskeleton, Mr. Electrician, okay, or Mr. Remodeler, and you were up there, and you didn't have to take a break. You can install everything right there one time. And that's amazing because this takes all the weight off. Hey, Minnie.
Yeah.
I can see your house from here.
Oh, see Sparky?
I can see Sparky.
Yoo-hoo!
Woohoo! Hang on. Hi, everybody. Okay. Now, right here, I could talk about hanging a ceiling fan. I could talk about doing lights. An electrician, if you're an electrician out there watching, this will speed up your day. Okay, because you don't have to take all kinds of breaks. Yeah, somebody out there's been doing it for 20, 30 years ago. I'm used to it. But how much longer can you do it? And that's one of the points I wanted to get to you to understand. The other one that I've seen these guys all day, drop ceilings. Okay, installing drop ceilings. This is really fatiguing on the shoulders. All right, now, remember what I told you at the beginning? And I can't wait for Jordan to come back in here. I'm gonna fit him with this, and I'm gonna have him work here all day. I think he's scheduled to come in, because I was talking to the guys in IT earlier this week, and they gave me some cable. And what Jordan does is he runs cable all day long, okay? And he's pulling this. And I said, man, you must have unbelievable shoulders. He's pulling it to go to what? To the next grid, the next grid over, okay? That's overhead work all day, all right? And I can't wait for him to try it. So, sounds funny, but cable pullers, you can use this all day long. Hey, Minnie.
Yo.
Does Sparky have a new collar?
Oh, no, yes.
Hey, Sparky. Okay, good. Hanging drop ceilings, pulling cable. The guys from IT go, hey, Sedge, while you're up there, can you install a new switch? Because they just installed some new routers and new switches. But one thing I will tell you, I tried to get up there, and the exoskeleton with my frame, I can't fit up in there, so it's okay. But boy, look at all the cool stuff up there. Hey, Chris, did you know you had another video camera in here? Uh-oh. Okay, never mind. So Minnie was worried about all these different ladders. So what I like to do is I just like to defeat the EXO with that simple push of a button. So when I come down the ladder, I have that, I don't get caught up going like this. I get a little more freedom of movement. Okay, so I think I'm covering almost every aspect. What?
I have a question.
Yeah, babe.
So if we're working on the soffit and all, what happens if we get caught in the rain?
No problem. I don't know what the ISP or IPS is on it, but I'm not sure. Mm-hmm. That might be something for Rick to answer online, because he knows all that technical stuff.
Cool.
The only thing I'm concerned about, and the reason answering that is because it is a battery-operated one.
Gotcha.
So I don't know if the batteries are ISP or IPS. IPS, Indiana Public Schools?
Yep.
Ha-ha, gotcha. All right. Okay. Minnie, that's something we can reach out later and definitely define for them.
Okay.
Okay, so cable pulling is one. Yes, I have extra stuff right here. Now, here's one I thought was a no-brainer, but when I pointed out to somebody, they went, huh? I could use that all the time. I have this. This is our wallpaper perforator. It's known as the fakir around the world. You'll see it right here. Okay? But if you've ever hung wallpaper, that can kill your shoulders. That's overhead work, especially the first run. Right? Or number two, more important with the fakir, I can run the fakir all day. Oopsie. As long as I turn it on. Okay? And run this all day like this. It's not really heavy, but it'll take the weight off completely. So I can remove wallpaper with this or install wallpaper with it. Another great application. Okay? I'm just going to set this down here, get it out of the way. So that leads to wall coverings. And one of the things we really aim at here at Festool is the paint market, right? And this will make the painter more productive. So think about this, everybody. How many times have you rolled walls? Okay, and I told everybody that I would not paint the wall today. I promised everybody. But when you're working up really high, and this is why I have this as my personal pole, is I have a very tall 2-story hallway in my home. And boy, I'll tell you what, when I was rolling that up high, my shoulders were killing me. Okay, this is coming home. The EXO is coming home next time I'm painting that. And I'm also, my wife Mary Ann just pointed out I got to change the lights because for so many years, I guess those bulbs had lasted. Now I got to change them. Not looking forward to that, but I am now. All right, next. This is fun. I'm in?
Yes.
Okay, stop lying. Okay, so, Chris, are you good?
I'm great.
Okay.
I could use one of those for my shoulders.
I'm gonna. we're gonna put the unit in one of these soon. Yeah, you could use that. Look where his arms are. Yeah, but would that be too much noise? Maybe. Okay. So think about this. I got to do a boatload of what? Jams, doorways. Okay. I got my paint can here like this, and watch. I can dip in and paint all day, and that takes every bit of the pressure off of. Now, I'm going to make a suggestion with this. Okay, let me just put this in here like this. Okay, I don't want to jerk the paint around, so I am going to go down to 2 zones with this. So I have more, I don't want to fight it. I want to have more freedom of movement. Okay, so I'll hook that in, and this is why it's active versus passive. It's always working with me, and I have all the controls. I didn't have to take off my exoskeleton to do that. So I can dip it in, and oh look, there it comes into play just like this. And then I'm dipping into my paint, coming back in here. And how many times have you painted above your head? Trim, everybody. And I'm not just talking interior, I'm also talking exterior. You always got to cut in those walls, okay? If you're doing the walls or near the ceilings, you got to cut them in. You can use this all day long and speed up, as I say, speed up the production, be more productive. Minnie, I just want to say thank you for allowing me to use your 2-step ladder. Okay, good. So, let me think, is there anything else? Okay, let's go to my list because there were some funny ones on here that people called in, and I went, hey, if they want to use them, where's the last one? Here it is, right? Okay, did I do that? Boom, 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 boom. Oh, somebody called in and said, hey, can I hang Christmas lights? So I want you to understand this. I never did because I don't hang lights, Mary Ann does. Okay? But I know people who are spending big bucks and they have professional teams come in. They're usually your landscaper. Okay? It's the off season and they hang Christmas lights. And when somebody mentioned that to me, I went, really? And then all of a sudden I went, oh my goodness gracious. They can use it all the time. And then I thought, in the summertime, what are they doing? Using pole saw chainsaws all day long, right? Okay, or even snips. Arborists can use them as well. Okay, so that's something to think about. If you're working over your head with a pole saw chainsaw, you're hanging Christmas lights. Maybe those landscape companies need them as well. And the reason I wanted to do this is to open your brain to understand what this tool will do for you. It's one of the first tools I can almost promise you that you will wear. Okay? And everybody's been laughing at me around here. Minnie kind of laughs. I walk by her desk, I go, hi, but I wear it quite often. And there is no weight on this. Okay, somebody mentioned insulation, people putting in bats of insulation. Somebody mentioned professional, Minnie, we have it done at our building, professional window washers. Maybe next time we have the exterior done, we say, hey, you want to try this? Okay, just open your brains to this. Okay, I think I've covered everything except for the last one. When I opened up this episode of Festool Live, and I started messing around and saying, hey, it's yours, you can buy it, you can use it for anything you want. So Eric told me this week, somebody called in and said, hey, I own a pizzeria. And I went, okay, where's this going? He goes, I have a lot of ovens, and we put the pizza boxes up above. And if you've ever been to a pizzeria, those guys are always reaching overhead for the boxes. And I said, Eric, if he wants to buy one, God bless him. Okay? Because obviously his shoulders hoit. All right? So you know what? I always get a kick out of it because somebody will come up to us at a trade show and say, hey, and he goes, I'm not a woodworker, but I use your sanders for this. Or I use your dust extractor for this. And I go, are you happy with it? And they go, yes. I go, awesome. So hopefully today, I have pointed out a few things that you can use the EXO active skeleton for. And I think I've covered every application I wanted to cover today. I'm looking around because I was setting up all week for this. So I think that's it. Wait a minute.
Housekeepers for, those big chandelier walk-in driveways.
Oh my goodness gracious. Minnie, what a great idea. Minnie mentioned, it sounds funny, but housekeepers, professional cleaning crews. Okay, they can use it, and when you walk in somebody's foyer in the front, I don't know if that came through. Minnie was telling this application. She's fantastic. They can work on those large chandeliers. I had to turn this on because my arms aren't tired. Okay, but they can work and they can clean up high. And Minnie, I was thinking about this. Another application are professional window covering companies that are hanging the rods and hanging draperies. They can use this all day long.
Guys who decorate with flags.
Guys who, Minnie, you're the best.
The applications are endless.
Hang on a second. Hang on, Minnie. Minnie, what did you say?
The applications are endless.
Woo-hoo! They are. She's just not the person who writes on the board. Okay, so hey, Minnie, I won't embarrass you. But one of my favorite things at Festool is there's certain days everybody works from home, and it's Minnie and I here, and Minnie's giving a tour to somebody, and she's in the hallway, and then she comes in this room, and she's telling everybody about the tools. Oh my goodness gracious. I think she knows more about the Festool system than anybody in this building, and she's never been to a training.
No.
And she's amazing.
Thank you, Sedge. That's very kind. You just like to laugh at me.
No, it's adorable, and I have so much fun because I'm like, she says that better than me. It's too much fun. Oh my goodness. Okay, it's time, isn't it? Bring that board over, Minnie. We have Zionsville Doug. We have Andrew from Toledo. Oh, hang on. We have Andrew from Toledo, Ohio. We have Ray from Pensacola. That would be Florida. We have Chris from Malta. He's over that way. We have Chris from okay, I used to know how to pronounce this. It's Nanaimo, Vancouver Island. One of these days, I'll go up to Canada and someone will say, Sedge is pronounced there. I go, I know. I just always forget. We have Chris from Minneapolis, Minnesota. We have Rob from South Devon, England. We have Mike M. and Mr. Martinez from Austin, Texas. We have Stefan from Augsburg, Germany. Keith and his granddaughter, Ayla, 5 years old, from Bozeman, Montana. That's that way. Okay, we have Mark from Los Angeles, California. Mac S. from Woodcraft, Springfield, Virginia. We have Ruben from Centurion, South Africa. That's that way. We have Mike, Michelle from Paris, France. Bahama Brian. How you doing, Mr. St. John Moss? Good to see you, brother. We have Michael from Edmonton, Alberta. Woodcraft Dayton crew. Whoa! No way. Did you guys catch the Easter egg I have up there? Dirk from Clayton, but he's on vacation in Las Vegas. He takes more vacations than you, the unit. We have Cliff from Liverpool, England. Oh, home of the Beatles. We have Jacob from Rhode Island, Petri from Jolarvi, Finland, Jason and Yana from Granite Falls, Washington. We love you guys. We have Jason from Fenton, Michigan, Rick from sunny Blackpool, UK, Eric from Huntsville, Alabama, Merlin from Walla, Washington. We have Joshua from Las Vegas, Dale from Swadelinco, England, Leo from Holland, Ernesto from San Francisco, California, Blake Weber from Novato, California, Tom and Kelly from Eaton, Georgia. I could do this all day with my hands in the air. Okay, hey, we have Madhava from La Crosse, Florida. We have Willie the Sparktrician. He's from Virginia. We have Gail from Eden, New York. Minnie, it's time to turn it around. We have Big Island Ed. We have Chris and Dylan, The Rock, Newfoundland. Paul, Cheryl, and Sam from Anthem, Arizona. Dragon from Serbia. Leslie from Bennett, North Carolina. Warren from Batavia, Ohio. Dan from Kingman, Arizona. Stephen from Bellevue, Nebraska. It's that way. We have Paul from Reading, Berkshire, UK. John from West Fairleigh, Vermont. Jurgen, Delft, the Netherlands. Lode from Stockholm. John from Columbus, Ohio. Ronzo from Mississauga, Ontario. Kenneth from Oak Park, Illinois. Hythe, the Woodwork Designs. It's the Gov, the Governor. We have Captain Kirk, Rockla, Marietta, Georgia. We have Chilster Deluxe. We have Chilster Deluxe. That's a new one. Dundee, Scotland. We have Matt from Tinley Park, Illinois. We have, you know what? They're all sitting there going, let's throw Sedge this one. We're in North Wales. We're at the pub. Okay, and that is watching the Cadfield from Penhyndir Deraith, Gwynedd, North Wales. Pretty awesome, huh?
Yeah.
I speak Welsh, baby. All right, Jeff from Bloomington, Indiana. Milosh from Serbia, Belgrade. Mark from Marblehead, Massachusetts. Michael from Newport, Rhode Island. Derek from Phoenix, Arizona, and Los Angeles, California. Boy, he's all over the place. We have Mike from Oahu, Hawaii. We have Apo from Akka, Finland. We have Sam from Kingston, New York. We have Joe from Akron, Ohio. We have Minnie, thank you very much. Cheers.
Cheers.
Hey, I could use this at the Hofbrauhaus. Okay, we have Jim from Greenbrier, California. We have Mark from Krempen and Delect, the Netherlands. We have Soren from Denmark. Hang on a second. I need to prepare for this one.
Oh, yes, you do.
We have Dave and Gwen from West Virginia. I can't believe I forgot. We have the Welsh Rabbit. We have Mark from Anaheim, California. We have my main man, Ant, from Fontana. That's California. We have Oliver. Whew, I met you at the same time. Ant and Oliver in Southern California. Good to see you guys. Minnie, is that it?
That's it.
Everybody. And I know this crew right here. We are going to have a wicked awesome weekend. We have 3 days off. I don't know what to do with myself. Just kidding. I got plenty scheduled.
Marianne knows what.
Marianne knows everything I need to do. So everybody, I just want to let you know, we love you. Okay? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being part of our community. We really appreciate it. From Christine to Rick Online to Chris to Minnie. You guys have a great weekend. Be safe, and we'll see you next week. We got one heck of an episode planned for you. Hey, we are now 9 episodes away from 200. We'll see you guys later. Have a great weekend.
Yay.
We're out of here.